Positive Parenting, Early Childhood, Track 9, Focus on the Child. As parents, we need to keep our child's developmental level in mind in everything we do. Check out the resources on websites like spenge.org or in magazines and books to learn more about children's developmental stages. We want to separate the behavior from the child. The Center for Parenting Education's Consequences Made Easy puts it nicely. Parents use consequences as a result of their children's behaviors, but while concerning yourself with your children's actions, you need to discipline in a way that keeps your child's self-esteem intact. You can do this by not ridiculing or shaming them as you discipline them. Aside from not tearing them down, you can actually build their self-esteem by holding them accountable and having expectations for their behavior. The message given is, you are capable of doing better. I expect more of you. Such expectations tell children that they possess the ability to behave, tolerate disappointment and frustration, delay gratification, grow, and do better, all of which builds their self-esteem. We never want the child to think, I'm bad. We want to specifically label the behavior as problematic rather than the child. You can be careful to do this by saying, I don't like it when you XYZ, or hitting hurts, I don't like it when you hit, which feels very different than telling a child that they are bad or naughty. You should also consider vulnerabilities in your child's day. There may be something that is triggering bad behavior, like anxiety, illness, hunger, or tiredness. Sometimes, too, misbehavior is a cue that something deeper and more serious is going on. We also want to keep in mind the child's temperament. See the resources information for this podcast on spenge.org for information about different temperaments and their fit within the environment. Perhaps you're a very calm, casual, laid-back parent and your child is highly anxious. This is a difference in temperament and fit. You may need to adjust your parenting style to match your child's temperament. Alternately, if your child is very easygoing and you're a very anxious parent, you might need to adjust your style as well. Also, ask yourself if there is something going on at that moment that is making your child anxious or causing them to act out. Think, too, about traditional gender roles and expectations and how we can challenge those. Little boys don't need to play with trucks, and little girls don't have to play with dolls, although they certainly can. Little boys can also dress in pink or wear a mermaid dress, and little girls can play with trains and also get physical in their play. Are we teaching our little boys that they have to man up and not cry if they fall and get hurt? Are we teaching our little girls that they have to play house and play with dolls and be the caretakers? We want to think about what examples we're setting for our children and what expectations that we're laying out early in their lives and how we might challenge those and give them different toys and play with opportunities from the get-go. Finally, think about how your relationship with your child impacts your child's relationship to the world. A prime example of this is children who might have a little bit of separation anxiety at drop-off for school or daycare. How do you respond to your child? Are you worried? Or do you show them that they are safe and secure and are likely to have a very good time at school that day? Your child looks to you for modeling, and your reaction to a situation is what they will use as they begin to figure out how to approach the world. They're looking to you in many different situations throughout the day, including your reaction to that driver who cut you off in traffic, to your spouse who came home late from work, or to the glass of water you knocked over on the dinner table. They're watching all these things and learning from you, and their reactions will begin to mirror some of yours. Think about how you want to model for them, and how you may want to adjust some of your behaviors based on how you'd like them to react.